Ladies and gentlemen, there are moments in life when it feels as though nothing is moving. You knock, but the doors do not open. You search, but nothing is found. It is in those moments we ask, when will things change? Today, I invite you to explore a simple truth 3 times. All doors will open. Not metaphorically, but deeply, spiritually, practically, wholly. When you ask, when will the doors open for me? Remember, they open when you stop trying to break them down. They open when you become still. They open when you allow the now to be as it is. The first time all doors open is when you come into the present moment. This may sound simple, even too simple for a mind that constantly seeks complex solutions to life's problems. And yet, it is precisely in its simplicity that its power lies. The present moment is often overlooked, dismissed as unimportant because it does not seem to contain anything extraordinary. But the truth is, everything you have ever experienced, everything that has ever happened, has only ever happened in the now. The past is gone. The future has not yet come. Only this moment is real. We spend so much of our lives lost in thought, rehearsing the future, replaying the past. This is how the mind survives, by pulling your attention away from the present moment. But have you noticed? The more we live in the mind, the more disconnected we feel from others, from life, even from ourselves. The mind is a tool, a useful one, but it is not meant to be the master. When it takes over, it creates a veil between us and the direct experience of life. To step into the now is to step out of that mental noise and into awareness. It does not mean ignoring responsibilities or forgetting memories. It means realizing that the only place life can be lived, felt, and touched is in this moment. Try it now. Take a breath, fully. Not a shallow breath, but one that fills your lungs. As you do, become aware of the sensation of breathing. Not the thought of breathing, but the experience. That is presence. That is the doorway. When you enter the now, even for a few moments, you notice something shift. You may still have problems, but you are not those problems. You may still hear thoughts, but you are not identified with them. You are aware of being aware, and in that awareness, a subtle peace arises, a stillness that does not depend on circumstances. This stillness is the beginning of all change. Blurry. It is the foundation upon which all meaningful action rests. Many people search for solutions, financial, emotional, spiritual, but bypass the one place where transformation actually occurs. They wait for external doors to open. A promotion, a relationship, a stroke of luck. But they do not realize that the first door is internal. The moment you become present, you begin to align with life itself, rather than resisting it. Life, you discover, is not something happening to you. It is something flowing through you. Oh. This doesn't mean life becomes immediately easy or free from challenge. But what changes is your relationship to it. You no longer see obstacles as enemies. You meet them from a place of calm clarity rather than panic or fear. In the now, even difficulty is allowed to be. And in that allowing, space is created. That space is intelligence. It is not emotional reactivity. It is not mental speculation. It is direct, silent knowing. The present moment is not just a gateway. It is the home you've been looking for. It doesn't promise the answers your mind craves, but it offers something deeper, the end of seeking, the end of resistance. In the now, you are not lacking anything. You are not in the wrong place. You are not behind. You are simply here, and here, you find that the door was never locked. It was only your absence that made it seem closed. So the first time all doors open is not when something happens outside you. It is when you wake up inside. For many, the idea of searching for meaning, purpose, or fulfillment involves looking outside themselves, through relationships, accomplishments, or material possessions. But the greatest discovery you can make is that the thing you have been searching for has never been outside of you. It has always been within. You are not merely someone seeking a door to open. You are the door. The key that unlocks the vastness of existence is already in your hands. When you look outside for answers, you are looking at the surface of life, the outer world. But the inner world is where all the real shifts take place. And to explore this inner world, you must first realize that you are not separate from it. You are not just an individual, a person moving through life. You are the very space in which life occurs. You are the awareness that observes, the consciousness that knows, the presence that holds everything. At a certain point, you stop thinking of yourself as a mere body-mind complex defined by your thoughts, emotions, or external circumstances. You realize you are not your story, your name, your history. These are all passing identities that the mind creates to organize experience. But beneath that story, beneath those roles, beneath all the labels is the truth of who you are. An unchanging, vast, infinite consciousness. And from this realization, you begin to see that there is no separation between you and life. The barriers that once seemed so real, the boundaries between self and other, between you and the world, start to dissolve. This is where the power of the fourth key becomes clear. The realization that you are the door is not about an abstract concept or philosophical idea. It is a direct, embodied experience. It is the understanding that in every moment, you have the potential to open to life, to be fully present, to allow things to unfold without resistance or interference. The door you have been seeking to open is not something external. It is your own awareness, your own willingness to be. When you realize that you are the door, you stop waiting for life to come to you on its terms. You stop looking for solutions outside of yourself, for circumstances to change, or for others to make the first move. Instead, you take responsibility for your own awareness. You are the one who can open to the present moment, who can step through the stillness, who can embrace life with trust and acceptance. The doors you once perceived as closed are revealed to be open, and always have been. They were waiting for you to walk through. You may ask, if I am the door, why do I still feel stuck at times? This is the paradox of the journey. The mind may still create doubts, the emotions may still arise, but these are no longer the ultimate truth. They are the passing clouds in the vast sky of your being. The real question is not a why am I stuck, but a can I recognize the space beyond the feeling of being stuck? In that recognition, the door opens, not because of some external event, but because you chose to see things differently. You chose to return to the awareness of your true self. To understand that you are the door is to understand that all transformation comes from within. It is not something that happens to you, but something that happens through you. You are the vessel through which life flows, and the more open you are to this flow, the more life moves freely, effortlessly, and beautifully. When you embrace that you are the door, the weight of trying to control, to change, or to manipulate your circumstances lifts. You no longer feel as though you are locked outside the life you desire. You realize that the life you seek is already within you, and it is you who must choose to open the door. This choice is not about effort. It is about allowing. It is about being. It is about being. In that being, you unlock a vast potential that has always been there. You are the door to all possibilities, all experiences, all growth. The more fully you step into this awareness, the more the world reveals itself as a reflection of your inner being. And when you open to that truth, all doors will open, because the door, in the end, was never something separate from you. You were the door all along. In conclusion, the message of 3 times, all doors will open, invites us to look beyond the surface of life, to see that true transformation begins not in the external world, but within ourselves. The first door opens when we embrace the present moment, realizing that life only exists here and now, in this very instant. The second door opens when we discover inner stillness, the silent awareness beneath our thoughts and emotions, a space of peace and clarity that allows us to navigate life with calm and wisdom. The third door opens when we surrender, not in defeat, but in trust and alignment with life's deeper intelligence, allowing us to let go of control and be guided by the flow of existence. Finally, the greatest revelation is that we are the door. We are the key that unlocks the potential for all doors to open, because the doorway to life has always been within us, waiting to be recognized. As we move through these stages, presence, stillness, surrender, and self-realization, we begin to see that the doors we seek are not outside of us, but are reflections of the openness we cultivate within. Life is not something that happens to us. It happens through us. And the moment we understand that we are both the key and the door, we unlock the infinite possibilities of the present moment. So as you continue your journey, remember this. The doors you've been waiting for have always been open, but it is your awareness, your willingness to step through, that makes all the difference. Embrace the now, trust the stillness, surrender to life's unfolding, and recognize that you are the door. In doing so, all doors will open.